I'm gonna wing it. My life with Irvin. Anyways, I just want to talk about the time I met him and the impression that he made on me. And my wife, Martine, obviously, said, he's going to ask you a lot of questions. Okay? So we went out to dinner to a Hungarian restaurant, and he did. The normal questions. Why do you ride a motorcycle? Okay? How much money do you make? I worked at Motor Trend magazine, which was just down the street from where he lived in Hollywood. And I really liked him. I told Martine, I go, wow, your dad's great. He's so lively and fun and vivacious. I really enjoy him. And she was very happy I said that. So one day I'm at work at Motor Trend, and this was maybe a week after I met him. And my phone rings at my office. And I pick up the phone, he goes, and it was Irvin. And I'm thinking, how the hell did he get my phone number? And he goes, Jim, why don't you come over for lunch? Lily's going to make some lunch. And I said, okay, and it was a little awkward, you know, without Martine there. So I went over there and I knocked on the door, and I have a problem. And Irvin opens up the door and he's standing there with his hand behind his back. Okay, hold on here. So he's standing there with his hands behind his back. He says, Jim, come in. I walk in and he goes, I want to give you this hatchet. and I
That meant you were in?
So, no. I want to give you this hatchet. It was so weird. And this is the hatchet that he gave me. I put it with my camping stuff. It's a little rusty. And I said, okay, thanks. It was. So he goes, come here, sit down. So I sat down and I'm holding the hatchet and he goes, puts his arm around, he goes, if you touch my daughter, I'm going to kill you. So I said, no, Irvin, she's in good hands. Trust me. And he goes, okay. So it was good. We had lunch and Lily was a wonderful cook. It was all kinds of stuff, cheese and fish and all everything. And I said, can I have some ice cubes? And they looked at me like, what? They didn't have any ice cubes, so it was fun. Anyway, I am winging it here. So Irvin would call me to come over to do chores, okay? And I think that maybe he had an agenda because he would have me do things that were kind of questionable. He wanted me to hook up his internet, and he couldn't get the electricity to go. And he said, why didn't you climb that telephone pole and connect the wires up there?
Oh my God.
And I said, Irvin, I'm not climbing the telephone. He goes, why? Why not? You want me to pay all the money for the guys that come over and do it? I'm not going to climb the telephone pole. And he goes, okay, well, you can climb my roof and fix my tiles. And if you never know, remember Irvin's house in Hollywood, the roof was like this. It was a pitched roof, so narrow. So I'm like, okay. So he put the ladder there and I climbed up and there was nothing to grip on. So I'm climbing up and he goes, how you doing? And I go, I'm going to fall.
Oh my God.
And he threw the tiles up on the roof and I'm trying to catch him and I'm trying not to slide and I put the tiles on the roof and he goes, now you have to hammer them in. So he threw up the hammer on the roof and I caught it and I'm looking down, I'm going, oh my God, I'm going to crash into that orange tree that's down there. Anyway, that's my life with Irvin. It was just these anecdotes that are going to go on into forever and ever.
Thank you for sharing them.
Yeah, you're a mensch.
Yeah,
He's a mensch.
absolutely.
So I loved him very much. He taught me how to clean a pool. And I will say that, yes, and I will say that I knew nothing about pool maintenance before I met him. I think I've done a pretty good job. So when I go out there and every time I do everything in the pool, I'm like, well, what would Irvin do?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I think Irvin had a lot to be proud of because he raised two awesome kids and beautiful grandchildren, and he had a lot good. And he got a little ripped off in his life, but he did well.
Mm-hmm.
He really did. I'm very proud to have him in my life. Okay.
Thanks, Jeff.
Here's the